What is up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, as you can probably guess by the title, is going to be a chit chat. Get ready with me. We'll be discussing some interesting topics. We'll be discussing how is your quarantine going, because mine's been actually pretty great. So in terms of the makeup, today I'll be recreating this look I saw online. It's this gorgeous girl and this really beautiful bluish green makeup. I've never done it before, so I might as well try it out. And I will be using the Jaclyn Hill OG palette with Morphe, which I haven't used in a while. So let's just chat and play with makeup. I will be starting off with brows, and I'm going to be using the Revolution brow pomade in the shade dark brown. So what I had in mind for this video is just to kind of have like a little chit chat while doing my makeup. How is your quarantine going, guys? Let me know in the comments down below. I've actually had a pretty productive week. It has actually been now day 7 or 8 from our quarantine. Let me just check. So it's actually day 9 from my quarantine, and I've had actually some pretty productive week. I organized my garden shed, which you will see in a future video. Stay tuned. And I reorganized my wardrobe. I cleaned my room entirely, threw out lots of things that I'm no longer using. So this has actually been a pretty productive week. I'm cooking a lot more, which is very unlike me. Usually Svet does all the cooking and I do all the eating. But yeah, I've been actually enjoying preparing my own meals and pretty much gaining as much weight as possible. To be honest, it hasn't been a pretty much of a drastic lifestyle change for me, because I'm usually always at home. I prefer staying at home. I like reading books, I like watching movies, I like cleaning. I'm very OCD in that matter. I am very messy, but I do like stuff to be really clean, and sometimes I can obsessively clean my house for hours and hours and just keep finding myself stuff to do. I saw a meme on Facebook saying something in the sort of like, when you realize you haven't actually changed your lifestyle during a quarantine. That's pretty much how I feel. The only 2 things I'm kind of upset about is that all the makeup shops and drugstores are closed, so I cannot go and buy makeup. Not that I need any more makeup, it's kind of my hobby, just going around exploring what kind of new items are there, you know, grabbing some new interesting stuff, new interesting items. And the other thing is that my nails are kind of growing out at the moment, so I'm very upset that I cannot get them done anywhere because everything is closed. I know, first world problems, right? I might just have to take them off myself until all this crap is over. Right, so I primed my lids off camera, and now I'm going to start doing the eye look first, just because there probably will be some fallout, because the look is a little intense and we're going to use some dark shades as well. So on a fluffy brush, I'm gonna mix these 2 colors and use them as my transition. Okay, random question. What is your opinion on plastic surgery? Do you believe in it? What are kind of your thoughts about it? Are you for or against it? I'm just really curious to know. Personally, I think plastic surgery is something that's judged pretty harshly, and I think that everybody should have the freedom to do whatever they want with their faces and their body. If you don't like something about yourself, and this is not even about feeling insecure, if you just purely do not like something about yourself and you would just like to correct it in order to feel better about yourself, not to do it for anyone or anything like that to be liked, purely to do it just for yourself, I'm all for it. Some people who think, wow, where is this question coming from? Have you had any plastic surgery? No, obviously not. I don't have the spare cash to do it. But if there was a part of me that I didn't like, then I will definitely get surgery. On a smaller brush, I'm gonna grab this shade right here, and I'm just gonna put it slightly below that transition shade that we used. What I have actually done in terms of cosmetic procedures is I had a couple of moles on my face, which I always felt insecure about, and I've wanted to remove them for the longest time. I finally gathered up the courage and removed them. So you might actually, if you click on one of my previous videos, you can actually see that I used to have a mole here. It was quite a big one. Then I used to have one here and one here. I got them removed purely because I've always felt very insecure about them. I never really liked them. And whenever I would tell people around me that I want to remove them, they would always be like, oh, but these are your charm, you shouldn't really remove them, it could be quite dangerous and stuff like that. I've heard all the opinions there are in the world. And then one day I was like, you know what, you're an adult, you've wanted to do this for a while, you should just get it done. If this is gonna help you feel better about yourself, then yeah, go for it. And that's what I actually did. I called the clinic, booked a next day appointment, and first got that one and that one here removed. I was feeling a bit insecure about this one because I knew I wanted to remove it, I just wasn't ready to remove it yet. So I just got these two removed first. And I didn't want to walk around covered in bandages on my face. Next I'm gonna grab this shade right here, and I'm just going to place it right in my crease and on the outer corner of my eye. Right, where was I? Yes. Yes, so the reason why I removed these two first, I wanted to see what the whole process was like before I removed this one, because this one was a lot bigger than the rest, and I just wanted to see if it was going to scar or if it's going to hurt, or you know, if it's something that I would regret later on. But thankfully it turned out pretty great, and I'm really happy that I did it. Sorry, I keep losing my thought just because sweat keeps coming in and I just lose my trail of thought. Where was I? I did the mole removing 1 year apart. I said just because I wanted to see the healing process, the scarring, blah blah blah. And a year later, when I saw how well this has healed, and when I put makeup on, you literally cannot see anything. Obviously there is a little scarring, and yeah, it's going to show when you're barefaced with no makeup, but it's not something that you can see from far away. You literally have to be very, very close to my face to be able to see that I have a little bit of scarring. And then this big one here, you can actually see the scar a little bit. Please ignore the big scar from a spot on my face. To be 100% honest, this I did in September, and I'm pretty impressed of how it's healed and how it's looking right now. Obviously when I put makeup on it as well, it does not show in any way whatsoever. I'm overall very happy with the way everything turned out, because I was always insecure about my moles, and whenever I would do my makeup, I would just think, how would this makeup look without all these moles? And I always thought, I didn't think I was ugly or anything. It was just something that was always bugging me. So I did it. And please don't take this as me encouraging you to do any cosmetic procedures on yourself if you don't like any part of your face or anything like that. No, this is not what it is. I'm just purely sharing my experience. If you have ever thought about doing something like that and you're just wondering what the whole process is, you can ask me any questions in the comments below, or if you follow me on Instagram, ElizabethNova_, and just DM me. I'll be happy to answer any questions that you might have privately if you don't want to comment down below, and I'll definitely be happy to help out in any way that I can, just because I completely understand what it's like to feel insecure about something, and when you finally remove that part from your life, you feel like a weight's been lifted from your chest and you finally look the way you want to look. But yes, please don't take this as me encouraging you. But please don't take this as me encouraging you to do any kind of plastic surgery or any kind of cosmetic procedures on yourself. This is purely my personal experience, just putting it out there. Next, I'm going to grab a flat brush and I'm going to carve out my lid using concealer, and I'll just speed up the process just because it's going to take a long time. Now that I've carved out my cut crease, I'm going to grab this shade over here and I'm going to apply it all over the lid. Right, so my camera overheated, so I thought I just might finish my eyes off camera. So I'm just going to show you now. What I did is just literally added a darker shade, and I'm just going to show you which one. I added this darker burgundy shade just on the outer part of my eye, and then I popped on some lashes, which took me about an hour. For primer, I'm going to use this Estee Lauder little sample that I got in one of my makeup packages that they kindly sent, and I'm just going to try it out. So one thing I forgot to mention regarding the whole mole removing situation is that I have another one which I removed when I was very little. I had one right here on my nose. I'm actually going to zoom you in. I had one right on the tip of my nose. As you can see, there's a scar there. And while I'm at it, I'm just going to show you that I had one here, which was a bigger one. I had one here, which you kind of see there's a little bit of a scar, but it's fading away. And then the other one is right here, which is healing pretty quickly. And this one, and bear in mind that this one I got removed in September, so it's actually pretty amazing the way it's healed. So yeah, back to this one. I had one just on the tip of my nose, and it was growing pretty quickly, and it just continued to grow until it already, as I like to call it, had its own profile. So it would stick out, and obviously when I was in preschool, you know how mean kids are, and they would point it out just because it was so obvious. Like, it was literally there, like at the center of my face. It was like fucking Rudolph over here. And I got bullied a little bit about it. You know how mean kids could be. I would go home almost every day and cry about it. And oh wow, that is really shiny stuff. But yeah, I would go home and cry to my parents that, oh, you know, kids are making fun of me, calling me names, blah blah blah. And I remember there was one particular girl who would always make fun of me, and I literally hated her guts, the stupid bitch. But that's another story. Yeah, I just got sick of being bullied, and my parents probably got sick of me whining about it and decided, okay, we're gonna take you and get it off. Because I'm from a pretty small town, we went to the bigger town that was the closest to us, to a clinic. I was 8, which was like 17 years ago. Wow, that is a long time. And bear in mind the technology then wasn't that, you know, advanced and stuff, so they literally had to do an operation to remove it, which is why I have such a scar, and you can literally see where the stitches were. The ones that I had removed recently in the past couple of years were removed with an electric knife. Oh my god, these lashes are so annoying. Anything for beauty, right? These weren't removed with a scalpel, they were removed with an electric knife, I think it was called. But this one was like a proper operation, and I remember it very vividly because I was 8, so. And they did a local anesthesia, and I remember being so scared, but more important for me was the end result, because I was finally going to get rid of that mole and I'm not going to be bullied anymore. That was kind of my early childhood dramatic experience. Oh my god, that video just turned into something very different. And I just noticed I'm kind of blending into my background with the shirt, but whatever. Yeah, that primer is not really bad. It's kind of shiny. It's not sticky, so I don't know if it's gonna do a good of a job. It says it's an illuminator. Let's see. In terms of other cosmetic procedures, I haven't done anything else, but I would very much like to do my lips someday, maybe, just to make them a bit bigger. Let me know in the comments down below what you think about lip fillers, because I've wanted to do them for a while, and I was actually doing research before all this corona shit happened, so if it didn't happen, I would have probably gotten it already. I literally feel people are gonna come for me after this video discussing so much cosmetic procedures and plastic surgery, but you know what? Let me remind you that people are free to do whatever they want with their life. If any of you had lip filler or any kind of cosmetic procedure, please let me know in the comments down below, because I would love to know, because I'm weird like that. Oh my god, this primer is doing nothing for my skin. Let me try it with the beauty blender and see if there's gonna be a little bit of a difference, because it's grabbing to all of my dry skin at the moment. Oh my god. Okay, let's just change the subject, because I feel like definitely I'm gonna get some mean comments about what we've been discussing so far. Well, I've been discussing so far, because I'm literally talking to a camera. I recently, a couple days ago, I joined TikTok, and I did it just because I wanted to, you know, experience what kids are doing these days, and I'm now literally addicted and I cannot stop watching. I've actually done a couple videos myself on there, and I'll link my TikTok right over here. It's Elizabeth Nova _, same as my Instagram. For concealer, I'm gonna grab the Maybelline Fit Me in the shade 20, and I'm just gonna pop it right under my eyes. My sleeping schedule is just effed up at the moment, just because me and Svet stay up all night watching movies, then we sleep till like 1 or 2 p.m. And even though you sleep a lot, you feel exhausted, just because, let me wet that sponge there. You feel exhausted just because you're not sleeping when you're supposed to sleep. Like, you're not getting that good night's sleep, you're literally sleeping during the day. So I haven't been the healthiest person lately in terms of that, but I have been working out a lot because I have the time now. But because we've been pretty much stuck all day at home eating junk food, I'm worried that we're gonna gain so much weight that there's not gonna be going back from this, which is why I do work out every day. Otherwise, I don't normally work out every day. I usually try to go to the gym 3 times a week, sometimes 4 if I'm feeling like it, but it's usually 3. Next, I'm gonna grab the Rimmel Match Perfection Setting Powder in the shade, what shade is this? Oh, transparent. And I'm just gonna quickly, with the other side of the beauty blender, blend out the concealer and kind of pop it on there. While I leave this for a minute, I'm gonna finish off the eyes, and on a small brush I'm gonna take this shade right here and run it on my lower lash line. Grabbing a shaded brush and mixing these three colors, I'm going to use it to smoke out the lower lash line. For bronzer, I'm gonna grab the Bare Minerals one. You can see that I very much like it. And I'm just going to lightly set the contour. I'm not even gonna focus on it. I'm just kind of lightly dusting all over my face. Just to kind of bronze it up. For highlighter, I'm gonna grab this Makeup Revolution jelly highlighter in the shade Monumental, and it looks like this. How interesting is that? I've literally never tried anything like it, and because I hate wasting product, I'm just gonna grab some from the cap. Actually not bad. Kind of like it. Oh, spoke too quickly. Nope. The camera is actually not picking it up, but it is kind of blending with my contour, making it look a little bit ashy. This is what I get for obviously putting cream on top of powder, but let's see if we can fix it. And why did I even put it on the other cheek as well? I'm a disaster today. Okay, for highlighter, I'm grabbing my trusty Whisper of Guilt. And for blush, I'm gonna add just a touch from Swiss Dot from The Balm. For inner corner, I'm gonna grab this NYX eyeshadow in the shade Glass Slipper. I'm not sure if it shows on camera, but it's kind of like this very light teal color, and I'm just gonna pop it on my inner corner. And you can already see how much of a difference that makes. I know this is not in the original picture that I showed earlier, but I thought I would add something for myself, just to make it pop and to make it extra like myself. For lips, I'm gonna grab the MAC lip pencil in the shade Chestnut. And for liquid lipstick, I'm gonna grab the Kiss Me by Life Glam in the shade Naples. Oh, that is such a pretty color. I thought this lipstick might be a bit too light, but it actually matches the eyeshadow perfectly. And this is pretty much the finished look. Thank you so much for joining me, guys, in this chit chat. Get ready with me discussing some pretty serious topics. Don't forget to comment down below and let me know if you've ever had any cosmetic procedures, if you want to get any, if you have any questions for me regarding removing moles and stuff like that. And you can also comment if you like this look and if you enjoyed watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. You can also check out my Instagram and TikTok, which is ElizabethNova_, as well as like my Facebook page, which is ElizabethNova11. And I'll see you on the next one.